What is up, guys? It's Tom here and welcome to a brand new, very interesting football talk video, and I have a couple of very interesting topics to talk with you guys. But first of all, I want to ask you, what do you think the top 6 will be at the end of the season in the Premier League? So put your predictions in the comments below. Let me know who will win the league in your opinion, who will finish in the top 4, and which clubs will finish outside the top 4. And this could be quite interesting to see whether you guys think that Chelsea will hold on to their lead. In my opinion, the Chelsea at the moment look just too strong for the other teams. I think Chelsea will win the title. I hope I'm wrong and Liverpool will win, of course, but I'm thinking with my head here. I think Liverpool will finish 2nd, Arsenal could finish 3rd, Tottenham will finish 4th, and Man United will finish 5th, and Man City 6th. But it's very hard to call. I think Man United and Man City have too many problems to break into the top 4, but Arsenal could also fall out of the top 4. If Arsenal have a bad spell, Man United could overtake them. But it's very interesting, and this video is mainly about Diego Costa and his reported fallout with Antonio Conte, which was very interesting. It was reported in various British media outlets that Costa had the training ground bust up with the Chelsea physio and the Chelsea manager Antonio Conte, and reportedly Antonio Conte said to Costa, "You can go to China if you want," which is very interesting. I think Costa's head has been turned by an outrageous offer by a newly promoted Chinese Super League club called Tianjin Quanjian. And it's just staggering that a newly promoted club has this amount of money, because apparently they offered Chelsea £80 million for Diego Costa, and they offered Diego Costa something outrageous like £30 million a year, which translates into like £500,000 per week or something like that. And I just find this absolutely staggering. And the owner of the club confirmed that Mendes, Costa's agent, was at his house discussing this deal and also discussing some other clients of Mendes. For example, Falcao. They really want a striker, and apparently they went for Costa, Edinson Cavani, Karim Benzema and Radamel Falcao, and also Raúl Jiménez. And already Falcao and Jiménez were basically almost done. The transfers were almost done, the paperwork was signed, and the players were willing to come when they realized that the Chinese Super League just made a new rule. Instead of 4+1, you can only play with 3 foreign players at the same time on the pitch for one club. That's the new rule of the Chinese Super League, and this is why they backtracked on these transfers, because they already signed Axel Witsel from Zenit St. Petersburg for quite a lot of money as well. But what the Chinese Super League is doing is just insane, and I'm actually happy that the Chinese government or the Chinese league implemented this rule, because it was really getting out of hand. And Chelsea apparently don't want to sell Costa, and they would be absolutely mad to do so, because at this moment you couldn't replace Costa with a striker who is as good as Costa, and they could throw away the Premier League title. Without Costa, I think that Chelsea could be caged by the other clubs, because they will have a wobble. They have some really tough games. They will have to play Arsenal and Liverpool in the next 4 games, I believe. So Chelsea are not 100% certain to win the title, and I think they will need Costa, who has been their talisman, their focal point, their main striker, and they know that. Conte knows that, so maybe that's why they had just such a big fallout and argument that in the middle of the season there is no way that they will let Costa go. Maybe in the summer, yes, when they can sign a proper replacement for him, but not now. And Costa apparently has returned to training. Conte said that he has a back injury, but he was a little bit mysterious in his post-match interview, Antonio Conte, saying that if he had a problem with a player, he wouldn't discuss it in the media, he wouldn't discuss it in the press conference, he would discuss it in the dressing room or in the training ground. Basically saying that even if there was a problem with Costa, he wouldn't reveal that and disclose that in the media, which I think is the right approach. So that's very interesting. And also, what do you make about Jamie Carragher's comments on Monday that Manchester City and Man United are not in the title race? I still think that they are in the title race, because I think Man City are 10 and Man United are 12 points behind Chelsea, but only for the next 4 or 5 games. If they can, Man City and Man United can win like 4 or 5 games in a row, and Chelsea could lose to Liverpool, they could lose to Arsenal, then the title race would be wide open. But in the next 4 or 5 fixtures, I think we will learn a lot about the title race, and I think it will come down to Chelsea, Liverpool, Arsenal and Tottenham in the end. So Jamie Carragher could be right in the end. Man City just have too many defensive problems, and Man United are just a little bit too far behind Chelsea to catch them. 12 points plus a lot worse the goal difference than Chelsea. So yeah, this video is mainly about this Costa situation, but I also wanted to listen to your comments and read your comments about how do you think the title race will shape up for the rest of the season. It will be fascinating to watch. And also an update on the Joao Matip situation. Apparently FIFA will decide on Friday whether they will open a case on the Joao Matip situation or not. And even if they do open a case, that would take 7 to 10 days to run its course, which is terrible for Liverpool, because apparently Matip could miss 7 or 8 games by the end of that process. So what Liverpool could hope for is that on Friday FIFA comes out and says that Matip is free to play, which he should be, in my opinion. But of course, the rules are not very clear, and Jurgen Klopp is left in a very, very frustrating situation, and he himself confirmed this in today's pre-Plymouth press conference. So apparently on Friday FIFA says that there is no case to be opened, then Matip is free to play, and it could be vital for Matip to play against Swansea and against Southampton in the second leg of the League Cup. But apparently Jurgen Klopp said that he would start Matip against Plymouth if there wasn't this issue with FIFA. So yeah, let me know what do you think about this as well in the comments below, and thanks for watching guys, hope you enjoyed this. See you later, goodbye.